Hi, Mitchell Dale, and this is Rugby League Week's Friday Arvo Footy. I'm joined on the couch by Martin Lenihan from Rugby League Week, man who needs no introduction, Peter Wynn. Thank you for joining us, boys, and what a game we've got tonight. End of the road, you would say, for the loser. Brisbane, St George, loser can go and pick a costume for Mad Monday because it's it. They can't make the finals.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, they're right on the fringe there, aren't they? I think Brisbane, they're at home. They've got a better for and against, so I think you probably have to slightly favour them. Going to be a bit disappointing, I guess, for one of those sides to miss out. You're just right on the cusp there of the 8. You kind of look back over the year and see losses there that, probably could have turned it all around. But they're still in with the hope. You win the game tonight, and then they obviously need Parramatta to hit a hurdle, Pete. You're Parramatta.
Well, the fans are hanging in there for both sides, aren't they? They're certainly hoping that their team wins tonight. And of course, we'll know later on what the result is. But I think it's been a relatively great season for both sides from the perspective they are still a chance. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, look, I would say it's probably been a bit disappointing for both sides. I mean, Brisbane and the Dragons, when they've turned it on, they've looked like a final side, but then they've dropped games that they shouldn't have. I would think both sides would think that they shouldn't be in this.
Both did it last weekend, didn't they? Both turned it on, showed what they were capable of. I mean, they've both had upheavals this year, so they've probably done well to be fairly close, with obviously the coaching at both clubs being a bit of an issue. So, look, I reckon they've had pretty good years, and as we said, one of them gets a win tonight and then just hopes for things to go their way.
Yeah, you mentioned both good wins last weekend. For me, Brisbane and against Newcastle, Justin Hodges going back to fullback, that was the masterstroke by Anthony Griffin. Now, let's not forget 2006, the last time Brisbane won a grand final, Justin Hodges switched from the centres to fullback late in the year, and that really gave them a spark. So, I mean, he did it again last weekend. I thought he was fantastic.
He's dangerous, isn't he? I mean, we know how many yards he can make from that dummy half area, but now he's at fullback, and it's a great position for him. He's got vision of the whole field. Watch him tonight.
Yeah, well, we caught up with Ben Hunt this week. He speaks about Justin Hodges and the spark that he's giving them from the fullback role.
Yeah, definitely. I think Hodgie played one of his best games of the year, and I think the more we get the ball in Hodjo's hands, the better. And having him at fullback there, he's going to get a lot more touches, and he really showed what he can do back there on the weekend. Yeah, it's great. The more options you can have in attack, it's definitely going to be better for your team. And I think Benny, he's been improving week by week, and having Hodgie at the back now, he brings another different dimension of attack, and having both of us on either side of the ball, it really helps us.
Yeah, the other interesting point that he brings up, that Ben Hunt brings up, is the Ben Barber factor and how these two are working together. You would probably say it was Ben Barber's best game last weekend as well. Three tries from him. He's scoring tries, he's having fun. Look,
it's probably taken him the whole year. Isn't it interesting to shuffle this around? Hodges is at fullback, Barber went there as a fullback. They've had to tinker with this team the whole year, and here we are with 2 games left. It feels like they might have finally got it right. Is it too late? It probably is. But it obviously gives them great hope for next year. Yeah,
that's right. We also did catch up with Ben Barber this week. And look, I guess, as you say, it's taken him a while to hit his straps, and he feels that frustration as well.
Yeah, it definitely is, mate. It does get frustrating, but look, it's things like that happen. As I said, you can't be the 10 out of 10 player every week, but you can be somewhere near it. But look, it's finally pleasing to put some good performances, and as I said, I'm just looking forward to his next few games, and I'm really hoping we can squeeze in at 8 there somewhere.
Yeah, look, he is starting to hit his straps now. Ben Barber, very dangerous when he's on song.
Mate, from a former forward's point of view, man, he's a very dangerous player. I mean, he's nippy, he's fast, he's going to give those forwards, as they get tired, a lot of worry during the game.
Yeah, speaking of 5'8" who give the opposition a bit of worry, Gareth would have to be one of the buys of the year. Of course, that's who Ben Barber's marking. Caught up with Gareth this week as well. Let's hear what he has to say.
Yeah, look, he's been great over the last few weeks. He's been building really nicely. I think as combinations as well with me and Benji, I think it's improving week in, week out. And like you said, yeah, he showed some class last week, and it's a shame he had to come off. But like I said, he's been playing really well for us. Benji's probably the most experienced player within our team, and I think that's what we need as a young group. We've got plenty of people who can score points. With Benji's experience, I think, if he just plays, the more composed he plays, I think as a team we do go a lot better.
Yeah, Gareth Widdop for me, I would say the buy of the year. He and Jamie Soward probably fighting it out for that title. He has just taken charge of this team. I think at Melbourne he learnt great craft down there, but he was obviously overshadowed by some fantastic players. He's got to run this team himself, blending in really well with Benji Marshall now, who's found his feet. He's turned out to be a fantastic pickup for the Dragons. Signed on Paul McGregor for next year. So a lot of positives, I think, for this team going forward. Brett Morris getting over the line last weekend to crank up lazy 200 tries with his brother was pretty amazing. So a lot of positives for the Dragons. They're probably just going to miss out on the 8, but going forward, I think they can be pretty happy with their year.
Yeah, and what do you think tonight?
Look, I'm going to say Brisbane up there at home. It just feels like there's going to be a huge crowd. Dragons have got a great supporter base up there in Brisbane, a lot to play for. We've spoken about the new lineup for Brisbane. I think just a bit too good.
Yeah, I've looked at my selections in the Rugby League week. I've gone for the Broncos, and I've got no reason to change my mind.
Yeah, no, I'm with you two guys. I think it'll be Brisbane. They'll keep their season alive, and I think it'll be curtains for the Dragons tonight.